All right, let's talk about Caleb Williams here and the Chicago Bears having a good performance, really good performance, a great statistical day, and I thought a good game tape-wise as well. Maybe some nitpicks, really kind of one nitpick I'll get into towards the end of this video, but for the most part, this is going to be a very positive video. Now, let's start off with the play you see on your screen. It's a zone coverage concept. Williams is going to run a play action towards the offense's left, and then he's going to keep the ball and go towards his right. You have this over-the-middle route, a couple other routes that I don't have on the screen, but the over-the-middle route is the one that can often get open against zone. Watch how when this play begins, you're going to see that Caleb Williams, rolls out, throws over the middle, and you see right here, there's a window. Yes, Williams had to throw this one off balance and all that stuff, but I mean, definitely, there's a way where he can make this throw, and that's going to be exactly what happens. He's able to make this throw. DJ Moore picks up a decent gain. This is a lot of what we were seeing from Caleb Williams and from the from the Chicago Bears in general, which is they're able to scheme guys open, but still, for Caleb Williams, a big part of some of his struggles early on was he wasn't doing a great job at just running the offense, doing the simple stuff, hitting the layups. We saw him do that in this game. And we can sit here and say, well, Panthers defense bad whatsoever, all that stuff. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's still important to be able to make these throws, and that's what Williams was able to do. But there also were plays like this, which were legitimately just positive plays. Because kind of my two critiques of Caleb Williams, there's been a lot this, the start of the year. But the two biggest ones were I wanted to see him just do the simple stuff better, and I wanted to see more highlight reel level plays. He got drafted first overall, not for his ability to be a game manager, but for his ability to do, something like what you're going to see on this play. It's a designed rollout towards the top of the screen, and you have a Panthers player who, I've circled him. He's going to be the unblocked guy off the edge. As you see, he's actually blitzing on his play, so it kind of works out well for Chicago. They wanted to leave one guy unblocked on the edge, but with the blitzer, now there's two. 21 here for Carolina. Reads this very well, and you're thinking Caleb Williams could be in trouble. But watch him sidestep this defensive back, and that's a defensive back too. It's not an easy guy to get around, but he gets around him and picks up the first down on a 2nd down and 4. Listen, maybe not the biggest highlight reel level play you'll ever see, but that's just a play that's adding value to your team, right? The average quarterback just gets sacked right there, and then you're in a situation where you probably have to kick a field goal. This allows them to have an opportunity for a touchdown, which they did ultimately get. That's a huge advantage in a game, having someone that can do this type of thing. And then there were more like traditional plays that were still, I think, really impressive, maybe kind of underratedly impressive by Caleb Williams. Something like this, where it's a zone coverage concept that the Bears are in. It's that the Panthers are in. It's quarters coverage. The Bears are going to have a receiver kind of run a route, trying to get the corner who's in that direction to move further in. The other receiver in that area is going to then run a deep shot towards the sideline. That's the way this play is designed to work. And when it begins, that's how it's going to work. Carolina bites on this first route. The one that I've circled in yellow is open. Williams, to his credit, already getting rid of the football. But again, worth mentioning, he's on the hash marks towards the bottom of the screen. So having to throw all the way towards the top of the screen, it's a tough angle throw. And he wants to get it there quickly before a defensive back can adjust and try and make a play. But he does push the ball down the field in a hurry. They're able to get a completion. Kind of a weird catch. Feels like he could have stayed on his feet and gained more yards, perhaps. But still a very good play here by Caleb Williams. Again, just being able to, I don't even want to say make the layups here, but, make this slightly contested twos, right? Make the, not highlight reel level plays, but still somewhat difficult plays and make them look easy. And then something like this, which is this is to me a highlight reel level play, quite frankly. This is an awesome play. So, Bears already in a good spot, up 14, but you know how the NFL can be. Things can change quickly. You don't want 3 here. You want 7 with 30 seconds left in the half. And the Panthers they're in a man coverage concept. But given the fact that Chicago has 4 players lined out, 3 to the right and 1 to the left, the single safety on this play is going to move up towards the top of the screen as well. So if DJ Moore having a one-on-one shot in the end zone, Caleb Williams is going to do what he should do and say, well, let's look in that direction. Williams takes the snap. He does look in that direction and says, yeah, let's fire in that direction. Also worth noting, he did initially look towards his right, which might have helped get that safety out of position as well. So good stuff there. You're using your eyes to get players out of position. DJ Moore has the inside leverage right here. And look at this throw. just a thing of beauty right there. And that's, again, we've seen so many kind of him not being on the same page with DJ Moore and him overthrowing some of these deep shots. Well, not here. This was a thing of beauty, exactly what you would want to see have happen. So I just can't imagine how excited you are if you're a Bears fan and you're seeing stuff like this. I mentioned I had some nitpicks, really kind of one thing that is still a thing that I think we should talk about. It's going to be shown on this play. I paused it right now to set it up. But, the way this play is designed to work, and really the key thing I want you to watch here is I've heard a lot from everybody basically about how bad this Bears offensive line is. And I'm not saying they haven't had their bad moments, but I do think that a part of the perception is because of Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams does kind of put the offensive line in danger at times. I brought this up in previous videos. But you see right here, so I'm going to pause it once we get to 2.5 seconds. That doesn't seem like a lot, but really right around now is when you have to be getting rid of the football. I know it feels quick, but that's usually when a play starts to break down. This is usually what the offensive line gives you, and this is usually when the concept is supposed to work. And part of the issue has been concepts haven't been working as well as you wanted them to through the first 4 weeks. In this game, they worked a lot better, so he was able to get the ball out of his hands quicker. But as of right now, Williams is going to still hold on to the football. And watch as, he's going to just look in 18 different directions. At a certain point, you're just waiting to get sacked. I'm going to pause it now. This is another 5 seconds into the play. We're 7.5 seconds into the play. He's still in the pocket. And when you're just kind of, to me, I think he kind of just panicked a little bit right there. At a certain point, you have to make a decision. You have to throw the ball away, get outside the pocket, something like that. Williams, because he's so great at getting around his pressure, does get outside the pocket eventually and throws the football away. That's very good, but I think you would have just liked to see that quicker, as it took just so long, over 10 seconds for him to finally get rid of the football. Hey, it worked, but, you got the incompletion, but maybe you could have gotten a positive play had you done something a little earlier. In this one, kind of another example where it's going to be, again, it's a 3rd down and 7, so you get kind of why you would want to hold on to the ball a little bit longer. A lot of times the reason why sacks are so much more common on 3rd downs are, yes, because you more frequently have a pass rusher who is solely just trying to rush the passer and isn't trying to stop a run because they know a run isn't coming, but also because quarterbacks hold on to the ball longer on 3rd downs. That's just a stat that's true. Watch as Caleb Williams, looks and then probably should be getting rid of the ball, instead kind of stays there, tries to get out of it eventually, but gets sacked. It's a little simple thing, but, that is a learned skill in the NFL, is figuring out how to navigate the pocket a little bit better, get rid of the football a little bit better. I'm sure he'll get better at this as his career progresses, and he's doing so much else well at this point that, you're good, you're totally fine with this. If you're a Bears fan, you'll take the extra sack. How bad was Joe Burrow at this when he first entered the league, right? These are the things you have to work on, but it is just something worth mentioning that not all sacks are on the offensive line. Some are on the receiving corps, some are on the quarterback as well. And usually it's on all of them. Usually every single aspect of it has to contribute to some degree to get a sack, which is what I think is happening on these ones. So, yeah, but again, like I said, it's a nitpick. It's the one criticism. This game was really good from Caleb Williams. It was. I think it's fair to say, well, it was the Panthers, and there were some, maybe the numbers are a touch misleading, but it was still a really good performance from him, I thought. This wasn't like one of those where he played okay, but the numbers just happened to be great. No, it was a good game by him, I thought. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.